fun-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington.
Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Murray going to fire one out wide. 30. 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Had the option to hand that one off and run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end end zone for a touchback.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 27, Carr. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
The Seahawks at 9-1 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On play action, now Carr.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
Shifts past him at the 45. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carr to throw.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right, they want to run their offense.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Carr. he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Shotgun now for Carr. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
The first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
On second down, it's Walker.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up first and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Here's Walker.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Walker will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown, Seahawks! Ty Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Come on.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. To the right side, complete to Taylor. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And some room to roam now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a 1st down. Facing short yardage on 3rd down, but he was able to pick up a very sizable gain.
He certainly was, and I think that maybe they were fooled a little bit because you and I both know this is a passing league, and that's not normally a running down, and they fooled him with it. Safety had to make the play. Otherwise, he's still running, and the next thing, he runs right into the goalpost.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Murray. His throw incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, it's Murray.
He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level in the secondary, the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound Brandon no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
From the 31, Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Goodwin. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Running left is Walker.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
He hits his target, Lockett. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
A give for Walker running right.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Again, Walker.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker, as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14 to 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
93.
On 2nd and 12, Carr.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Carr. Shoves him aside. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw his Carr. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check, and they're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
43 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
To throw again on second down, Murray.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's on the tackle, Braden Smith.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
We'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Murray going to throw.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
And going right back to Walker.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Goodwin.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, here's Walker.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
To the right side, this is Walker.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Goodwin. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that's an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
First play of the drive there is incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy to the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Again, it's Walker.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your... I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Slot man moves right. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
A pitch comes to Walker.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Ken Walker, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Carr going to look to throw. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. DK Metcalf, 69 yards. And the Seahawks are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how.
Murray fighting, lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy. So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon,